One, if I could, I would strap a speedometer to the heels of an archangel, have him race through eternity 1,000,000,000 times over, just so you can have an exact measure for how far I would go for you. Two, why does loving you have to hurt so much? I heard that a teardrop contains approximately 1% salt. I have cried Lot's wife out of these eyes, hoping you'd give me just one chance. Three, there is nothing I would not do for you. I will gaslight this body into a bonfire just to give you a warm embrace. I will sharpen my shoulder blades to make bayonets just so our love can have a fighting chance. I admit I cannot love you like Jesus Christ, but I would die for you without the hope of resurrection. There is nothing I would not do for you. Why does this heart ache so much? Four, if I were a Christian parent and you were a strip club, I would never let you go. Five, it's true what they say, that your beauty has led angels into adultery, but that's not why I love you. This too is true. And if my love for you was dry land, there will be no space to bury the dead. There is nothing I would not do for you. Why does this heart ache so much? Six, when I see you with another man, it reminds me of that P-Square song. My parents supposed to audition for swimming lessons in my bloodstream. My self-esteem drowns in a bloodbath. My heart goes bungee jumping. My knees buckle. My hands shake like a Chinatown greets an earthquake. And it's then I want to collapse my bones into a genie lamp. Wish you back into my arm, but I'm just like in love with the girl over in the moon on another man's spaceship. 7. Do you know why you are my joy? It's because God cracked a rib to make you. On some days, I would like to write your new boyfriend a letter bomb just to show him how mind-blowing I still find you. On some days, I imagine when you come to my house so I can ask you out. You see, being a single man is not easy. Sometimes I spread a calendar on my Uber seat just to act like I'm going out on a date. 9. Why do you like dating ugly guys? Your new boyfriend is so ugly he could make blind babies cry. The last song was so ugly his portrait hung itself. I don't really know why I wrote this poem. I don't really know why I'm even counting. Maybe it's because you are the only thing that truly counts in my life. Even though I know loving you will always be the death of me. Even though I know only a fool will love a woman who treats him like shit, like bad breath, like the ugliest filter on the Snapchat app. Even though I'll peel my skin, does my insides for gunpowder, rip open my heart to give you my chest, but you still wouldn't care. But isn't love an extreme sport? A tightrope dance over an active volcano on a broken toe on which I'm learning to follow my heart. 1. I built a snowman from all the cold shoulders you gave me. He died of frostbite. Boom. Good evening, everyone. My name is 78 Samus. I'm glad to be here. This second piece is titled 1897. A couple of months back, I was trying to search for African art on the internet, on Google, and the first 10 references were non-African references. And the team says, on my honor. And I have come to understand that as a storyteller, it would be a great dishonor to Africans if we do not tell our story. And I'm from Benin, yeah. And this is my history of how the white men came to Benin in 1897 and took our artifacts to museums all across the world. Be blessed as you listen. Not all of us will die. Not all of us can die. Death will always leave someone behind to bury the bodies. I try to speak, but my ancestors' trauma is the longest bone in my body. I try to speak, But my voice are two tired hands trying to pull a civilization from beneath the rubbles of a collapsed narrative. I try to speak, but my mouth is a vagina wound. Everything I want to say has been defiled. A broken hymen stretching 125 years wide is the void between what we were and what we have become. But what have we become? The holy relics of a lost faith, the last platoon of Africa's Salvation Army, a people poorly dressed for a war that strips them of their names, with the land shrinking beneath their feet and white men marching to sack their city. They learned, Owa eyeminamu yakpole. Home is not what you fold into a luggage and run. So they stayed and bled every 10th of February, 19th of February, 15th of September, 14th of January. We exhume our dead and mourn them afresh. Call forth their unclean spirits to the bath water of reparations and attempt to scrub off their shame. But how do you rinse a body clean when the skin is a stubborn stain? Of spilled blood congealed into bravery, of Maxim guns still rattling in the corridors of memory. The guild of rainmakers could not appease away this strange snow falling from the sky. The poorly rehearsed acrobatics of men tumbling from treetops at Ologbo, saliva frothing at the mouth of Ugoton, Ogwiwu, the god of death, demands more human sacrifice than the walls can kill. Olugbosere's lifeless body dangles like a pendant. Of Asoro, Okaakwo, warrior of all warriors, the battle cry of Sakmoba was the last clean water greatness drank. Igodo migodo, Ebokwairo, not to say ahie. No juju can make one immune to grief. For when a man dies, his wife becomes a widow. When a widow dies, we say her children are orphans. But when a culture is put to the knife, what do its people become? Igodo migodo, Edoven deko yi ubalo. My homeland clutches her stomach in pain. I still see my city burning, her debris like asteroids falling through time, chunks of centuries missing on Egun Street. The altars are just shoulders now, shoulders with heads missing, a bloody baton passed from black hands to white hands to black hands to white hands, a zebra crossing between a plundered city and a midnight unction, never to see the light of day. I know now. There are no chains more binding than the white man's treaty. I know now. He builds his empires on headstones of civilizations he slaughters. I know now. There are no skeletons in the white man's closets. You find them on display in his museums. I write for the stolen drums of Pokomo, the holy tablets of Magdala, the spirits of the Ashanti people trapped behind glasswares in cold Turkey. I write for the terracottas of Ife, the imperishable inventories of Dahomey. I write for the dinosaurs of Tendaguru, the coal in ore of God knows where. Do you not see it? Hundreds of cultures burnt at the stake. So much we carry their smokes in our accents. So much you could make local soaps from all the caustic ash. Do you not see it? The audacity to split us open like C-sections and try to make zombies of our unborn. The audacity to backdate our histories into prefix and suffix like AD and BC, as if our deities do not predate your Christ. The audacity to call us pagans, as if that was enough justification to invade our lands, as if the atheists in your countries do not roam free. The audacity to call us savages on grounds of human sacrifice, as if the very wars you have waged against us do not demand the taking of lives. The audacity, as if your museums have not held on to the head of Mumbuya Nehanda for the past 125 years, as if the Apollo in my eyes is not my body's way of regurgitating all the bloodshed it has beheld in your history. The audacity to give us alphabets to spell our names and still pronounce us dead. But this is not a burial. This is a resurrection. You may stifle our breaths all you want, but we have found new ways to come alive. Go on. Excavate our ruins all you want. And you'll find that in our histories, our discoveries more groundbreaking than the digging of graves. Oyi, oyi, oyila umanemiye. For thieves do not break into empty homes. We are more than the scars you have drawn about us on your map. And we refuse to be tailoring material to suit your narrative. We choose to be the first speakers of this new dialect called home. For where there was once carnage, new life blooms in our name. You should know that this poisoned river quenches thirst still. You should know that this wounded fraction of a people have healed into whole numbers. You should know that Benin did not die. Benin did not die. Benin did not die. And she sends her regards.